Let's do another welcome with the chimes. Reset. Restart. For everyone coming in, welcome to today's session. Clearing you out with my Koshi bells. The element of water. Coming into Pisces season. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Carmina. BD, good morning. Beautiful. Let's see who else is here. Hello, Jody. Purple morning from Arizona. I have, this is called Chararite. I think I'm saying it right. I have some Chararite with me, some purple. I have a little amethyst pizza pie with me. I love this little thing. Purple morning, Jody. BD, Pisces wanting to obscure a wee bit. You know, we're still in Aquarius season. I think Aquarius is messing with me. Messing with the technology. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Zia. Hi, Carmen. All right, what a good segue. I wanted to give you guys some updates. Good morning, Carrie. Blessings from Ireland. Welcome. And I'm sure that that is a Celtic name that has nothing to do with the English pronunciation that I have in my head. So hello there. Thanks for joining us. Elisa, what is that chime called? They are called Koshi bells. I put it in the chat. And that one, you know, I don't know if like different companies make different ones, but so that was a gift. And that one is the water element Koshi bell. So they had like an air, they had a fire, they had other things. But I was gifted water. We're in air. We're closing out Aquarius season. Tara, good morning. Melissa, good morning. Jane, good morning. It looks like things are, the chat's going a little slow today, but that's okay. So a little bit of housekeeping, sort of tying into exactly what we talked about on Wednesday. Jacqui's joining Embody Astrology today. Yes, you got the name right. It is Embody Astrology. It's a way to embody the flow of the zodiac. I'll talk about that later, but this whole Aquarius thing. So I have this retreat coming up at the end of March called Aquarius Adventures. This has been planned for like 6 months. Like I found a cabin in Kentucky and then I started, you know, talking about it and attracting the right soul-aligned women and all that stuff. And on Wednesday we had Neptune and Venus come conjunct in Pisces. And what that was the planet's giving you a blessing. That's all we talked about. It's the planet's giving you a blessing. But then yesterday we had the Sun conjunct Saturn, and that was like, all right, but you have to check off this responsibility before you can receive this blessing. So those are the energies available. On Wednesday, don't need to give you all the details, but I started going into a little bit of panic mode because of the retreat and like details and all that stuff. And I had a conversation with a friend and then I was like more overwhelmed. Hello, Helen. And so then I laid down for 5 minutes. I laid and meditated with my favorite dog and it was wonderful. And then I went to my computer and I got an email from the cabin where this retreat was supposed to be hosted saying, hey, we have to remove the listing. So sorry, you don't have a place to stay. And maybe it's because Venus and Neptune were conjunct in Pisces, but I had no fear and I was just like, thank you. Like, thank you. That's the blessing. That's the blessing. It wasn't meant to be where it was, even though up until 2 days ago it was meant to be there, but now it's just like that breath of fresh air. So then yesterday, Sun conjunct Saturn, that's when I was like, all right, gotta find a new place, but like everything is working out because everything always works out and it's literally a blessing. So if you've been thinking about coming to the Aquarius Adventures Women's Retreat and Kentucky wasn't vibing with you, I'm still in the process of finding a new location, but it's going to be somewhere like northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. That's my realm right now. So I'll keep you guys updated as things come to fruition. This is another time of just exploring and all that stuff. So yeah, just letting you know that things are changing, but it was, same dates. Yes, same dates. I have to keep. So that's March 30th through April 2nd. So use my story as an example for when the universe literally cancels things at the last minute. Thank you. It's for the best. Like, something better is on the way. So there's that. Another piece of housekeeping is I released another podcast episode last night. So if you want to listen to my woo-woo truth podcast, you can follow me on YouTube. Just search my name, Jacqui Mancuso, on YouTube. It's my third episode that just came out last night. It is me and my friend Vicky, who is like the co-creator of this podcast. She does all the behind the scenes work. She and I talk about work ethic and how it's been changing through the generations and what that means. And I bring some astrology into it, and it's an interesting episode. So that just came out yesterday. This is a brand new podcast. It's going to be released on YouTube for the time being, so feel free to check that out. Christine loves it. Thanks, Christine. So it's all a work in progress. Right now it's mostly audio because I just don't have the best camera equipment, but we want to bring in the video aspect as well. So everything's a work in progress. Everything always works out. I was talking with my friend about work ethic yesterday. Oh my gosh, Bonnie, get out of my brain. You're invited. That was a joke. Okay, so tomorrow we enter Pisces season. That's what we're talking about here today. And we'll talk about Embody Astrology towards the end. But just in case everyone's wondering, Embody Astrology is a Patreon group that is starting, like the pre-party is going right now, and then it's officially starting a month from today. So we'll talk about that. But tomorrow we start Pisces season. So we are wrapping up Aquarius. We are tying the knot on fixed air. We are walking out of mental stuff and we are walking into mutable water. So we're walking into changing our emotions, letting our emotions flow us into a different path. And I have so much to say about this. I'm trying to limit myself on time. But so Pisces is a mutable water sign. Mutable is the quality, water is the element. Mutable signs are the ones that end the season. They're always the third of the set that come per season. So we're ending winter in Pisces. We are ending the zodiac cycle. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. This is a time for us to wrap up the whole last zodiac cycle that we've done in order to welcome in the fresh new energy for Aries season coming in 1 month. And then water, so mutable water. Water represents our emotions. It represents our intuition, our psychic senses. So there could be, like, if you've been doubting your psychic senses, they may show you a new way in Pisces season. So the sun enters Pisces tomorrow, and it will be there until March 20th when it walks into Aries. So 1 month of Pisces. This is a good time to reflect on how your emotions have served you and how your emotions may have hindered you. Emotions are neither good or bad. They're here to teach us things. And this is a time to reflect on where these good emotions have led you, good, wanted, and where the unwanted emotions have led you, right? But taking time to appreciate all of it and not just rushing through. Maybe allowing yourself to sit with things that don't feel good necessarily, and just allowing it to work through you, flow through you like water. This is also a time of ending cycles that no longer serve you. And these are like big cycles, like year-long cycles, things that you may have been toying around with since March of 2022, when Aries season started last time. Kay says, new reality. I'm so excited by what you just said. The last few days have been clearing a whole lot of mental processes and limiting beliefs that were programmed by family. I love it. I love it, Kay. Jacqui says, oh, so thankful. I've been so blah with my emotions lately. This last week for me has been a roller coaster, but I welcome it all. I welcome the change. So Pisces is like, it's the last sign of the zodiac. It's the 12th sign out of 12. So Pisces has like been around the block. Pisces has been there, done that. They've seen the whole thing. They understand why people are the way they are. It's a very emotionally evolved sign. So you might find yourself understanding more about other people's actions towards you. You may find yourself having a deeper understanding of how you acted when you were in survival mode in a time in your past. Pisces is the sign of just the open heart, the unconditional love. It's an old soul. So this gives us an opportunity to let go of things that are not serving us, thank them for the time that they've spent with us, and do all of this with unconditional love. No resistance, just letting the river flow through your body and let it go. In Embody Astrology, the zodiac journey that is starting on Patreon, I posted a video yesterday about Pisces season. We go more into detail about the specifics of Pisces and what you can do with it. And then I'm going to try to get it out today, but there's also going to be a guided meditation that is going to be exclusive to Patreon, and it will help you to flow these emotions through your body, working through positive and negative emotions in different areas of your life. So that is coming up soon. But Embody Astrology in general is pretty much that in a group setting. Starting in March, they're going to be group calls. So like a roundtable discussion, question and answer. It'll start off kind of like this on Insight Timer, more detailed information about astrology. And then I open the floor and I get questions from you guys live on Zoom, so we're all there right with each other. And then I will give you guys some tips and tricks of how to embody the zodiac season for that upcoming season. And then we'll meet again like 2 weeks in, about, halfway through the zodiac cycle, to do a check-in and then to kind of start to wrap it up. There's also a Discord community that goes with it, so it's a whole community building of everyone learning together, growing together, and evolving together. Bonnie, The River by Will Blunderfield. This song has been my mantra for a month. Bonnie, once more, I would love if you can put that in our spiritual community for us, because I'd love to listen to it, but I know I'm going to forget. Our spiritual community, if you're not familiar, is the group that I have here on Insight Timer, so you guys can join us here on Insight Timer as well. We also have a new moon in Pisces. It happens at like 1 a.m. on Monday in Central Time. So if you are Pacific Time, it's going to be about midnight on, or 11 o'clock on Sunday night. But if you're Mountain, Central, or Eastern, or on the other side of the pond, it's happening on Monday. New moon on Monday keeps playing through my head. That is happening at 1 degree of Pisces, and I have an Insight Timer session on Monday to talk more fully about that. But I wanted to just take a few minutes to bring some attention to this thing called the Pisces Parade that one of my favorite astrologers has talked about in her videos. Molly McCord has been a wonderful astrologer that was introduced to me about a year ago, and I've been listening to her. But she brought up this thing called the Pisces Parade, and I just wanted to bring it into your awareness, because this Pisces energy, while we're about to move into Pisces season, where the sun is walking into Pisces for the next month, Pisces is always there in the sky. There's planets moving in and out of Pisces, so that those watery endings have been playing with us all the time. How though, right? So all the outer planets Uranus, Jupiter, Chiron, and Neptune. Saturn and Pluto are on their way, but those four, Chiron is an asteroid, they have all taken a turn marching through Pisces. So this has been since 2003. I'll go through the exact dates, but since 2003, there's been a lot of concentrated energy in Pisces, and the outer planets play a bigger role in our evolution. In general, the farther a planet is away from us, the more power they have, the more influence they have over our energy. So all of these outer planets, and they have these slow orbits also. So the fact that they've all been like, all right, my turn in Pisces, my turn in Pisces, you know, it's an auspicious time in our existence. So this, I want you to look at where Pisces falls in your natal chart. What house has been receiving all of this energy since 2003? This gives us a sense of like bringing our dreams into reality. Pisces is the sign of the dreamer, and with all these outer planets just walking through it, it's like impacting all of those areas. So this part of your chart, wherever Pisces is, has been through a lot of spiritual lessons. Pisces is the most spiritually evolved sign. It's been through a lot of spiritual healing, that water element coming to soothe and wash away. And this area of your chart has also been through a bunch of shadow work, because Pisces is the sign of self-undoing, getting to the root of what's in there and exposing it so that you can move on. Helen says, going to a breakfast gathering where from 1 to 4 of my exes could be in attendance, wondering how emotional Pisces will affect our interactions. Helen, why are you doing that to yourself? Kim, sun sign, March 20th. So you are a Pisces. So your soul, Kim, that's what your sun represents. It's your soul. All of these things, and I'm going to talk about the planets really quick. Helen, guess I should learn the degrees in my chart before Sunday morning. Always fun times for me. Melissa, I have Pisces in my 5th house in my natal chart. 5th, all right, I'm just going to run through all the houses real fast if you don't know. 1st house is the house of personality, self-identity. 2nd house is the house of tangible things, money, resources, skills, values. 3rd house is the house of communication, how you think, how you speak, how you learn, and also your siblings and neighbors, close acquaintances. 4th house is the house of home, so it could be your physical home structure where you retreat, and it also represents your family of origin and your mother. 5th house is the house of creation, the house of Leo, the house of playful fun. It's also where you find your children. 6th house is the house of daily work, but not your career. It's how you serve those in your immediate environment, and it also represents health. 7th house is the house of one-on-one relationships. This could be romantic relationships, could be business partnerships, could be one-on-one friendships. It's also the house of justice. 8th house is the house of shared finances, so things such as loans, taxes, debts. It also represents the taboo of our life, sex, death, rebirth. 9th house is the house of travel and exploration. It is the house of philosophy, traveling into the soul, the wanderer, the explorer. 10th house, house of Capricorn, is the house of your career, your how you serve the whole, how you serve the collective, your place in the external world. 11th house, house of Aquarius, is the house of community. It's how you show up in your community, in your social groups. It also represents the future and just that, wanting the best for everyone all the time. 12th house is the house of self-undoing, the like releasing the ego, waking up to the illusions of life in a dreamy way. Let's start with Uranus. Uranus walked into Pisces in 2003, and he hung out until 2011. 8 years, so 03 to 11. Uranus is the planet of unexpected change, shocking revelations, lightning bolt moments, earthquake moments, just switching it up and getting you to look at it another way. So Uranus walked through Pisces. Jupiter spends about a year in each sign, so every 12 years he'll come back to Pisces. So Jupiter was in Pisces from 09 through 2011, and then again 21 to 22. He just moved into Aries. But Jupiter, wherever Jupiter is, he expands that energy. He brings abundance and growth to it. Everything just is bigger when Jupiter is around. Chiron, the asteroid, the wounded healer. Chiron walked through Pisces from 2010 to 2019. So 9 years of Chiron in Pisces. Chiron could have exposed a lot of, like, this is where I am wounded. I recognize this wound, and I'm going to take what I've learned from this wound to teach others in order to continue to heal my wound. So Chiron has taken a walk through Pisces. Neptune right now is in Pisces. Neptune entered Pisces in 2011, and he will be there until 2026. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so this Pisces energy has just been ultra expanded. Let's see, 2011, I wonder if Jupiter and Neptune were together in 2011, but definitely last year there was a conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So the farther, like, the slower the planets move, the longer it takes them to separate, so that conjunction energy stays for a long time. Neptune is the planet of the unconscious, the dreamer, the god of the sea, the illusion planet. Have you guys been waking up to some illusions lately? Because, whoa, I have. Saturn is about to walk into Pisces. I think it's March 7th. I haven't looked ahead just yet, but Saturn is about to walk into Pisces in March for the next 3 years until 2026. Saturn is the planet of structure and limitation and boundary setting. And Pisces is the exact opposite. Pisces is like the free-flowing hippie, like, oh, let's go dance in the grass with our skirts twirling around everywhere. So that's going to be an interesting transit of Saturn closing it down, which I'm interested to see how that happens. And then Pluto is about to walk into Aquarius, so Pluto will enter Pisces in 2044. So we have some time until Pluto does it, but that will be in the majority of our lifetime. So this Pisces energy is very prevalent right now. I digress. I could talk about astrology for hours and hours. I could just keep going. Pisces is in my 9th house too. Just saw a note about liking sea cruises, and I've literally been thinking about wanting to go on a cruise with my son. Travel in water, 9th house in Pisces. Helen, seeing a beautiful silver moon outside my kitchen window here on the Pacific coast. Interesting to see how the new moon this weekend gets things going. Yeah, so the new moon is all about new beginnings, new starts. And just one last thing about astrology, and then we'll pull a card. The new moon is happening at 1 degree of Pisces, and Saturn is about to walk into Pisces. So he will soon be at 1 degree, right? So this new moon is important. I mean, all new moons are important, but like whatever intention you set for this new moon, when Saturn comes over this 1 degree point, he's going to, so Saturn is also the gift giver. Like, if you've been doing the work, if you've been determined, if you've been disciplined in what it is that you want, Saturn comes and he's like, good job. Here it is. You did the work. You get the fruits of your labor, right? Bonnie, fruits of your labor. Let's look at some Saturn transits later. So whatever it is that you're intending to create at this new moon, just expect Saturn to come around and help you out if you are actually doing the work to bring this into your life. So not trying to make that serious or scary, but just, like if your intention is, I want $1 million this year, if you start looking at business ideas and start putting yourself out there and start, like talking to people and getting ideas, like if you put one foot in front of the other, that's when Saturn blesses you. If you say, I want to make $1 million, and then you sit on TikTok and Instagram all day and you whine to your friends about how you don't have any money, and you sit thinking about why you don't have any money, and Saturn's not going to give you anything. It doesn't need to be like, I'm going to dedicate 100% of my life to exactly what it is that I want. It doesn't need to be that monumental, but just do something. Just start taking baby steps in the direction of where you want to go, and the universe starts to help you out, but you got to put in some effort. I'm going to light some incense, and then we're going to pull one card. Today we're going to ask which animal spirit would like to help us through this Pisces season. Then, after we pull just this one card, I'm going to talk everyone through a grounding meditation. And then once we're grounded, I'm going to transmit some healing energy today with the intention of clearing our vessel in order to further clear our vessel through Pisces season. So we're going to pull from the Illustrated Bestiary Oracle cards today. And we're going to ask the universe which animal spirit would like to be embodied throughout Pisces season. Which animal spirit will serve our highest good during Pisces season? Okay, I feel like that was an exact description of my experience as a person. Also, the difference between divine feminine and masculine. Waiting for the present with the bow on top. I love it. Though my niece is making $2,000 a month on TikTok. Okay, so I never said that you can't do that. I said scrolling through TikTok. She's creating on TikTok. Okay, those are two different things. And that's exactly what we talked about in my podcast episode that just came out last night. We did talk about the generation of YouTube stars, YouTube and TikTokers versus the generations that we're coming off of like the snowplowers and the mechanics. So it's interesting, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like I don't poo-poo on anyone. I don't think that anyone has it right or wrong. I try to see the good in everyone. We're all doing something, right? The best that we can. What is Fiona talking about? Everyone's Fiona, this makes me want to cry. I've been working on something for nearly 13 years and have some very promising meetings this week where it could happen. I love that, Fiona. Congratulations. I wonder if that has anything to do with all those planets walking through Pisces. Where does Pisces fall in your chart? Melissa, thank you kindly for your donation. If you guys are enjoying today's session, if you would like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. Never expected. If you haven't followed me on Insight Timer, you can give me a follow here. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, you can give me a follow there as well. Just search my name, Jacqui Mancuso. I post all of these replays on YouTube so you can watch them again. My new awesome podcast is coming out on YouTube. If you want to work with me one-on-one, information for everything that I do is always on my website. That's always like my hub of where to figure out what I'm doing. Because if you've been following me, you know I'm always doing like 15 things. So if you just want to, what's Jacqui up to? Just check out my website, lakesidelivinghealer.com. There's a link in my Insight Timer biography. I don't know why I said the full word. Send your energy into this deck, guys. We're asking the universe which animal spirit would like to be embodied by us in order to serve our highest good throughout Pisces season. Thank you very much, Charlotte. I appreciate it. It's time for all of us to receive our gifts with the bows on top. There's another level You have to welcome the gifts in. If you have that underlying resistance, if you have that that shame built into you that you haven't addressed yet of I'm not worthy of receiving this, you're not going to receive as much. There was something recently that came up. Oh, yeah, like just say out loud, I welcome abundance to flow to me, and just see how that feels. You know, sometimes you might welcome something in and then you're like, ooh, like your unconscious is like, nope, nope, but your conscious mind might want it. Fiona, I need to figure out where Pisces is in mine, but my mom was and is a Pisces. She died in 2006, and I believe she's been sending me magic ever since. I love it, Fiona. I love it. I love it. I do read astrology charts, so if you guys would like to work with me, you can check out my website. Christine says, Fiona, my mom does the same. My mom is a Pisces. No, my mom's an Aquarius. I always get it confused. Her birthday was just 2 days ago. All right, so how would our guides like us to navigate Pisces season? Navigate by the sun, using the energy of honeybee. Honeybee flies a zigzag path, searching for patches of pollen. When she finds one, she flies home to the hive, where she dances to let others know the pollen's location. Honeybee is efficient in this aerial charade, showing with her body the exact angle that the sun hits the pollen patch. Her sisters triangulate the location so that they can join in the feast. Bee's internal compass is incredibly accurate. She can find the sun, even on a cloudy day. The sun has traditionally represented expansive, moving energies, our passions, and our ability to make those passions manifest in the world. When life is feeling cloudy and dull, call on Honeybee to help you navigate toward joy. During dark times, she reminds you that clouds pass and your passion and purpose will be revealed again. I love this, especially because the feeling that I get from Pisces season is working through your emotions, sitting, and I said this at the start of this session, sitting with the emotions that you don't necessarily enjoy feeling all the time, but just being there with them and trusting yourself to be the honeybee, to know that you'll be able to find the sun when it's time to find the sun. Like, honeybees don't search for the sun 24/7. They don't like fly around the world like catching the sun and catching the sun and catching the sun. Like, they still know when it's time to go dark. They know when it's time to rest. They know when it's time to just have nighttime. So use that as well. Know that it's okay to be dark at times because you have such a trusting that the sun is going to come again. Okay, also they fly even though they defy all laws of physics and aviation. Magical creatures. They're not scientifically supposed to fly. Just like your life might, on paper, might look like you're not supposed to make it, you know? You're not supposed to be healthy, you're not supposed to be happy, but F it. Melissa says, my name means and is derived from the word honey. I love that. My Melissa. I have a sister, Melissa. Melissa loves this. Audra, wow, have always loved honeybees and have always felt about gathering various perceptions, diverse energies, and spiritual experiences. That's another, yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Audra. So the honeybee collecting pollen and then bringing it back to home. This could be, this could be a time of collecting all of your experiences from your different journeys from the first 11 zodiac signs and bringing it back into your home base, into your internal environment to process it with your honeybee friends, your spirit guides, everyone, all the angelic beings who surround you all the time. Bonnie, this card is resonating. Just like we were talking about, Jacqui, science can't explain all things. No, it cannot. What else? My mother's picture has been jumping off a shelf for the last couple of weeks. I know she's been wanting to get my attention. I love it. Let me just sit with this for 1 second and see if there's anything else. Her internal compass is incredibly accurate, so trusting your own inner guidance is going to be strong during this Pisces season. You know, it's okay to listen to what other people say, even like everything. That's good for me to say right now too. Everything that I say on here, I'm not telling you that this is the way to do it. I'm not trying to say that like this is how you reach happiness and everything. I'm just speaking from experience. I'm just letting you guys know what I've learned. I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I haven't figured it all out, but just, I'm saying don't blindly trust your teachers. Don't do things just because it worked for someone else. You can try it, and if it doesn't feel right, drop it. It's not for you, and that's okay. Not everything is for you. If I tried to stick with every spiritual practice I've ever learned, I would be miserable because I'd be trying to do things that don't resonate with my highest good. So trust your inner compass, honeybee, inner compass, to know what's right. Jacqui, when your chart says the high sign rules the house or angle, is that a standard or specific to me? Looking at my chart in trouble, figure out where Pisces is. When your chart says the high sign rules the house. So when you're looking for Pisces in your chart, you just want to look at the outside circle where all of the zodiac glyphs are and look for Pisces. It's usually like 2 backwards parentheses with a line through the middle. It looks like the 2 fish, like 2 backwards, a line through the middle. I didn't know my hands could bend that far back. And then look at wherever that is in your chart and just follow the house down to the center and look for the numbers. Okay, it's 12. Okay, cool. Beautiful. We are going to meditate. If you want to get yourself comfortable, we are going to talk through a grounding meditation. Before, I'll transmit some healing energy to clear out your vessel. No, they don't, Helen. I have normal thumbs. Yeah, I'm trying. No, they don't. Maybe it was generic because it's the 12th sign too. That happens, Jacqui. Yeah. Yeah. So, coming into a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and allowing the sounds of the waves on our music today to clear out any stress, any worry, any thoughts. And closing down your eyes if you haven't done so already. Feeling into all of the contact points that your body has with the surface beneath you. And feeling the weight of your body being completely supported by Mother Earth. And I just got this image of releasing the feeling of structure in your body and allowing yourself to flow out into Mother Earth as if you are water. Just spreading yourself through the space. And if this resonates with you, hanging on to it, and if not, letting it go. As we bring our attention above our physical vessel, bringing all of your awareness into an egg-shaped white orb of light above your physical body. Spending a moment here, separating your awareness from your physical body. Viewing life from your ego's perch. And taking this last day of Aquarius season to feel into that sense of detachment. Acting as the curious observer as this egg of awareness cracks on the crown of your head, flowing your awareness down the back of your head, over your temples and ears, over your forehead, eyebrows, eyelids, and eyelashes, flowing down your cheeks, dripping off the tip of your nose, flowing down the lips, the chin, the jaw, flowing down all sides of your neck, draping over the shoulders, flowing down the upper arms, passing the elbows down to the forearms, passing over the wrists, out to your hands and fingers. Bringing all of your awareness up to your chest, feeling into the heart and lungs, flowing down the front side of your body, down to the belly, feeling into the organs resting behind the abdomen. Flowing further down, coming into the pelvic floor. Bringing your awareness to your upper back. Flowing your awareness down the back side of your body, passing over the shoulder blades, weaving in and out the backs of the ribs, flowing down the mid-back, the lower back, and down into your glutes. Flowing down the upper legs, passing over the knees, down to the lower legs, passing over the ankles, to the tops of your feet, feeling into your toes and the soles of your feet. Breathing deeply as you feel into your entire body. Spreading your awareness throughout every cell of your body at once. I'm using the breath now to open and clear the central channel of energy within your body. Breathing in deeply through the nose, watching the breath as it travels down your spine all the way to the root chakra in your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, watch the breath reach up the spine to the crown of your head. Inhaling down to the root, exhaling up to the crown, opening, clearing, and cleansing the central energy channel. Continue for a few rounds at your own pace. Releasing the breath back to your natural rhythm. As you begin to imagine roots growing down from the back side of your body, watching these roots as they travel down into Mother Earth, pushing through the soil, digging deeper and digging wider, firmly grounding yourself into Mother Earth, receiving her primary water, releasing anything that is ready to be released back down through these roots. Welcoming in your guides and angels for anything that they have to offer for your assistance at this time. Allowing permission for the healing energy to be received by intending to completely surrender to this energy as it nourishes your highest good. Bringing your focus now back inside of your body, allowing your thoughts to flutter away as you receive this precious gift of time for yourself. Allow yourself to be fully present within your body, noticing anything that may rise to the surface, sitting with it, observing it, and releasing it as I keep track of the time. Returning your focus to your breath. Feeling into the weight of your body, resting in space. Imagine a brilliant, glowing ball of sparkling violet light in the center of your chest. This warm ball of light surrounds your entire heart. On each inhale, this light becomes brighter and more vibrant. And on the exhale, the ball begins to grow in every direction throughout your body. Inhaling as the light shines brighter, and exhaling as the ball grows larger and larger until it encompasses your entire body. The violet light slowly fades away as the connection to this energy transmission closes, allowing you to return home to yourself. And taking the time now to send gratitude to your guides and angels, and listening in to receive any last messages. Slowly beginning to bring some movement back to your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling out the wrists and ankles, stretching out your body however it's calling you to. Perhaps bringing the palms of your hands together, rubbing the palms back and forth, creating friction, creating heat. Cupping the warm palms over the eyes, softening the transition as you begin to blink your eyes back open, allowing the light to peek in through the cracks as you slowly bring yourself back into your physical body. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love to all. Namaste. Let me know how that was for you guys. How was that turning into water? Who turned into water? And who was able to? This is something that I don't know, different strokes for different folks, but I was so guided to turn into water, but then I was talking about the physical body and it was like that blend of earth and water. Did anyone else feel that? Just out of curiosity. Charlotte says, thank you. Helen, that meditation was so nice. I've missed those. I've been skimpy on my energy healing here. I'm trying to do half and half. I'm trying to do half sessions with energy healing and half sessions with all oracle. Fiona and Christine, thank you ladies kindly for your donation. Audra, thank you. If you guys have enjoyed today's session, any donations are always appreciated but never expected. Thank you so much. Feel free to follow me on Insight Timer to stay updated on when I post my new classes. I'll be back on Monday for the new moon. Venus is also moving into Aries. And I'll be back on Wednesday next week, always at 8:15 Central Time. And then further classes are coming. But yeah, let me know how that was for you guys. Oh, looks like a whole bunch of messages just popped in. Oh wow. Jonna, namaste. Helen, blessings to all, namaste. Kaz, thank you. Fiona, thank you so much. Jackie and all here. Beautiful. Christine loved the water. Jonna, thank you for your donation. Audra says a beautiful experience, yes. Charlotte, my grandson's birthday is February 19th. What sun sign is he? Is he a cusp baby? Charlotte, you would need to look up the exact year that he was born because the made-up calendar that we follow doesn't necessarily align with astrology all the time. So I would look at, just pull up his birth chart. Even if you don't know like the exact time that he was born, you can look at where the sun was that day. It would help if you knew the time. And cusping is a whole thing. I don't necessarily believe in cusps, but the signs are broken up into these things called decans. So like the end of Aquarius and the beginning of Pisces have similar themes, just like the end of Pisces and the beginning of Aquarius. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Beginning of Aries, yeah. Bonnie says, extremely powerful. I was with my mom by the water. Another important guide of mine. You guys make me so happy. Jackie, thank you kindly for your donation. Helen had a little fairy join her, told me to get going, and pointed her cute finger at me and flew away. I love that, Helen. I think I had a fairy in my house this morning. I was downstairs in my Reiki room doing my little morning ritual thing, and I saw a flash of light that normally was not ever there before, and I was inviting the fairies in because I've never had a real fairy experience. And interestingly, this occurred right next to a plant that I just took from my aunt's house, and my aunt is one of those people who puts like the little trinkets in their plants, but like to a extreme extent. But the plant that I had downstairs had a little ferry crossing sign in it, and that's right where this little light passed by. So if you had a fairy joining you, everything comes in threes, guys, so I'm showing you how I'm doing this. I thought I had the fairy experience. Helen brought up a fairy experience. If it happens another time, 3, magical number, that's when I know that fairies are here for me. Christine felt the earth and water. Love it. Jackie, that was divine. So many colors, chakras flowing open. Beautiful. Beautiful. James says beautiful. Thank you. Irene, thank you, Jackie. Wonderful live. Helen, it was a wonderful live, wasn't it? Thank you, guys. Jody's grandson is also February 19th. Look at that. Zia, thank you, Jackie, and everyone for sharing your beautiful energies. Yes, thank you, everyone, for being here, for communicating. That's my favorite part of these sessions, is that back and forth. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I'm a problem solver. That's what it comes down to. Like, I play off of what you guys say. So if you enjoy being here in my lives, it's not just me, it's the whole community. We all make this up together, so thank you. Go into the woods, you'll see lots of fairies. I'm going on a hike on Sunday. We'll see. Oh, Bonnie and Jonna, thank you for the little fairy emojis. Little gnomes living in the forest energy. Yeah, we've been obsessed with not obsessed with gnomes, but like my husband decided that he likes gnomes now, like 6 months ago. So that's just like a fun little thing. Whenever I see a gnome that reminds me of him, I'll get it and all that stuff. Christine, this one made me cry. My mom, who passed many years ago, came to me. We did not have a great relationship. This was healing. Oh, Christine, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I went to a sound healing event at the end of last year, and it was the first ever like sound bath I've ever been to. This guy had gongs and bowls and like stringed instruments and chimes and bells, and he had the whole shebang. And he did this huge like crescendo with his gong, and we were in like this Native American like ah! And then it all went away, And he had this drum that had beads on the inside, and he walked around to everyone in the room, and it was representative of waves or wind, depending on how you took it. But when he came around, I was in the ocean with my late father, who I also have had a tumultuous relationship with. And it was in that moment that he told me everything's okay. I have moved on. I forgive you, blah, blah, blah. And then I watched him just dive into, it was probably Lake Michigan, because that's where we used to vacation. But he just dove into the lake and went away on his way. So I've had a similar experience, Christine. It's so, and crying is the best. I've cried more in these last 2 years than I ever have in my whole life, and I am much more content in my day-to-day. That release is important. Screw the societal thing saying that you're not supposed to cry. Big girls don't cry. Boys don't cry. Screw it. Kay says, I remember the scene in one of the Kung Fu Panda movies that he literally turns into a water droplet energetically. Interesting, I've never seen that movie. Helen, so much happens in the continuation relationships we have with those who are in new energy. Oh yeah, yeah. My dad is here more strongly than when he was physically here. It's just a different relationship. I just can't call him to ask questions anymore. I have to try to hear his answers now. It's a great experience with all that sound energy. Yeah, I've only been to one of those major ones, but there's another one coming up. I'm definitely gonna go. I have one of those ocean drums in my cart, says Bonnie. Well, looks like you're gonna have to bring that to the retreat, my dear. I'm thinking about doing a drum circle, if not more than one. We're definitely going to do some ecstatic dance at the retreat. That's a thing. Everything is divine. Everything is in motion. Helen, crying so moves the energy. Yeah, I can blab for 5 minutes if anyone wants to stay and listen about this, because this has been a theme that's been coming up in my experience lately. How do I start? They're in the spiritual community. There's a lot of emphasis on positivity and always looking at the bright side and making the best of things. And that can be stressful. That can put a lot of pressure on people. That can also, did anyone else lose sound, or is it just Jacqui? I'm gonna wait for the no sound. Okay. What about now? I'm not supposed to hear this. Can you hear me now? The chat goes slowly, so I'm waiting. Back. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. So in the spiritual community, there is this sense, this message, right? This message has come from me as well, but not in the way that I think it might be perceived. But the message of make the best out of what you have. Be positive. Look at the bright side. Up, up, up. Evolve, heighten, rise, ascend. All of that message is so strong because the end goal, yes, is that. I guess. I don't even know, guys. I'm going through this whole thing. It's like a 15th wave spiritual awakening. So, crying. is what we're talking about. So I think that pressure of like, well, I have to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be ascended. I want to evolve. That can scare us away from touching those sad feelings, those angry feelings, those grief feelings, those shame and guilt feelings. If we're supposed to be up here all the time, what business do I have being down here? And this is one of those things that, like, I feel like we all know it, but then when you hear it again, it's a different level. But the more you allow yourself to go there, to go down, allowing yourself and like doing it without the guilt, fully embracing, like, I am sad today and I'm gonna be sad today and it's gonna pass. If you are drawn into that dark side and you tell yourself, no, I have to be positive, I have to lighten this up, love and light, love and light, love and light, and you force yourself back up here, the energy is not settled, so it's going to sit there and it's going to prevent you from ascending. But when you fully allow yourself to, like, man, whatever happened sucks, I am just going to be with it, I'm going to allow it to pass through me, you're giving up the resistance. You're literally surrendering. You're trusting that by processing whatever is happening now, cry it out. If you cry it, and like, if you haven't done this in a while, you might be crying for a long time, and that's okay. That's okay, because it needs to come out. Just drink a lot of water afterwards. But if you don't allow yourself to process the emotions, they're going to sit there waiting to be processed, and they're going to build and build and build and build, and it's going to hold you down from the ascension that you can reach. Bonnie says, I'm again recommending Jacqui's track for releasing mistakes and guilt. Thanks, Bonnie. That one is, people like that track, and that one was the one that I did like the least amount of prep work on, so that might be a message for me. Helen, you be whatever, whoever you are. Just be. Just be. The pressure to act a certain way to make people around you comfortable also is a thing. And just anecdote time, story time. So the whole retreat situation, before whatever, something happened and I was upset. And I was talking about this on Wednesday before the retreat was even canceled from location. But I was upset about something, and I was second guessing myself, and I was questioning, like, am I out of my mind for trying to put this together? Like, was this a stupid idea? And in that moment, I knew that I was not going to stay with those emotions. I knew that something had to be let out, something had to be released in order to be able to move on and move higher. So I sat with those emotions, and I was bummed out. I was super bummed out, and my husband was going to come home from work, and I've mentioned here before, his number one goal in life is to make me happy. So when I'm not happy, it makes him uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to do yet. He's working on it. He's great. So he came home from work, and I was like crying on the couch, and he's like, what do I do? And that exchange also was weird for me, because I don't want to put him in the situation that he thinks that he has to do something to fix me, but like, it's all just about communication. So if you're in that situation also, like, you don't want to be in a place because you don't want to bring others down, like, just help them understand. You just need to say with your words, like, I just need to process this right now. I'm not going to be upset forever. If you let me be upset now and just go do your own thing or whatever, like, just let me be with this, and then we'll be better than before. You aren't your emotions, says Kay. You are a divine spark. You experience emotions. That's another thing. In other languages, they don't say, I am sad, I am happy. They say things like, I have happiness. Sadness is upon me. They don't identify with the emotion. Stop identifying with your emotions. Yeah, it's a way of letting it process. You're detaching from your emotions. It's an easier way to experience them. It's an easier way to observe them. Like, oh, that's interesting. Sadness is trying to tell me that I'm stupid, but I know I'm not stupid. So sadness, what is it that you want to show me right now? And I'm still working on that part where I get the answers from those questions, but at least I know to ask the questions, and then it like goes away. And then things happen for the better, you know, like you let it go, and then the blessings come. And I should wrap this up because it's 9:30. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for spending time here. Is this going to be on YouTube? 100%. Yeah, this is going to be on YouTube. I need to send this to someone to experience this section, says Bonnie. Yeah, you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jacqui Mancuso. Just search me on there. Podcast episodes, Insight Timer recordings, who knows what else. I love you. Love to all. Happy Pisces season. Happy energetic clearing, emotional clearing. Feel free to check out Embody Astrology. I'm about to post this like super cool guided meditation to flow through all your emotions, and then you're a part of the group for a year. You know, I'm excited about it. I've done nothing like this ever, so it's a work in progress, but if I'm excited, it's gonna be great. Namaste. The light in me so honors the light in you. Take care. I will see you very soon.